Joining me now, regular Friday panel, Assistant Minister, the Prime Minister, Patrick Gorman, and New South Wales Liberal Party President, Jason Falinski. Gentlemen, thank you both for your time. Why don't we start on an easy topic for you, Pat, the GST. Has there ever been a more blatant exercise in holding on to seats than this?
Tom, I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to when you talk about a blatant exercise. But if you're talking about making sure that every state gets
billions and billions of
GST
dollars that the WA gets thanks to the coalition deal that Labor's continuing.
Yeah, we're making sure that Western Australia has a floor of the GST of 75 cents in the dollar. That's a floor that we've implemented for every state and territory. It's about and it comes with a no worse off guarantee. That's about making sure that states don't end up with the situation that Western Australia could have found itself in, where we'd be getting, between 11 or 30 cents in the dollar of GST that's needed to support hospitals, schools, all of those things that it was intended for back when the system was first put together by Mr. Howard back in 1999. So obviously we want to make sure.
But before that, even though WA was a net beneficiary, and for many, many years it was happy, and then it was worse off and suddenly there's a problem.
Well, you can't be a net beneficiary of a GST that didn't exist before.
Not the GST, the horizontal fiscal equalisation that happened in other elements.
Yeah, well, the GST was a pretty big change in that system. What became clear over the course of the period sort of from about 2013 onwards was that Western Australia wasn't getting a reasonable share of the GST. I advocated for a change where the Commonwealth should step in. Many others did across the political spectrum. It's been a good thing. What has actually happened, and the deal that Prime Minister Albanese at the end of last year extended to 2030, is actually about meaning that your viewers don't see this argument about the GST each year. They instead see their state or territory, wherever they live, getting a fair share of the GST, 75 cents or more in the dollar, with no state worse off. I mean, that's actually pretty good policy.
Except it's all you're forgetting the fine print, which is the federal government, i.e. us, the taxpayer, pays for it at about $400 per person to help effectively give the West more money. It's not magic pudding. Jason, I'll get on to you about this. Do you want to stand next to Chris Minns on a unity ticket on this? I mean, he's kind of simplifying it a little bit. He's having a slightly different complaint, but what was your take on the New South Wales Premier trying to start the debate again?
I think Daniel Mookhey is trying to excuse the fact that he's massively overspent and he's now in deficit. But I'm not standing on a unity ticket with Chris Minns. Chris Minns is standing on a unity ticket with me. This is an absurd policy. It literally subsidises the richest state in Australia that can look after itself. The whole point of horizontal fiscal equity is that, or equalisation, is that the Western Australian government can afford to pay for schools, hospitals and roads that other states can't, because it is reaping so much money from iron ore royalties. And if a floor is a reasonable thing to have, then maybe Patrick would agree to a ceiling on how much money the Western Australian government receives. It's not right. It's just not right. And it's been bad policy that was done in good faith. But this, what we have now seen with iron ore prices where they are, is this is out of control.